CosmicRadio.TV. Let's kick open the game a bit. I'll crank myself up a bit more. There we go. I am at full blast, at the loudest I can be, and then some. Yes. So here goes. All our progress will be lost. Every bit of progress I've ever made in this game. No, it's actually a new profile, so I really don't care. I've actually beaten this game at least a couple times, gotten 200 and some odd percent at least a few times already. So this is not too damning. So here we are, our beginning game. I might pause just because I want to kind of get the volume a bit louder here. I kind of want to hear this game. Even though you guys can hear me more. Now, Fez is a very special indie game to me. It's actually one of the games that inspired a lot of my core beliefs on podcasting and internet content making. Surprisingly enough, this game, of course, was made famous by, here we go. Dear Gomez, please meet me at the top of the village. Our home, just take two. Dear Gomez, please meet me at the top of the village. I have something very important to tell you. Today is special day, geezer. So yeah, here's Gomez. Gomez can jump around, do nothing too particular, go in houses. Gomez lives in a very weird 2D world. That's all I know. All I know is Gomez lives in the 2D world right now. But yeah, back to what I was saying. And I realize, we're right now just kind of the weird parts of the game, and I'm sort of just getting to the fun or the game proper, really. But yeah, Fez is a very special game to me. As I was saying, the game, of course, was made famous during the... make sure everything's working fine. Fez is also one of those weirdly graphically intensive games. Not really graphically intensive, just has a lot of things it's got to deal with. I'm just making sure things aren't terrible. Make sure if I have VSync on. This is just for you guys. Realize I'd taken it there. There's no VSync. So never mind then. Cool balls. We could probably lower the resolution later. Yeah. Do that next time. You don't even have to do. There you are. Today is special day. Adventure is ready. It's Gomez time. Anytime now. Just you what? There you go. Ooh, pretty. The all-seeing cube. Oh, Jesus. It's kicking off. Fun fact, all those actually lead up to a language, and you do learn the language in there in the game. So if you come back here, you can actually read what that says. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at reading Fezanese. Other fun fact is the fact that what was the fact? Oh, right. I actually use the sound effect for these guys as my phone ringtone for my parents. Whenever my parents text me, this is what they say. Not to say my parents are understandable. It's just my phone is actually Fez themed. I actually ran this game through. Probably should watch both chats now. Oh hey. Apparently I've learned from the other chat room that my feed is totally fine. So there you go. But yeah, if you guys want to join actual chat that I'm paying attention to the screen, I got both going on. But if you're happy to be at diamondclub.tv, which chances are being broadcast there as well, you can head on over to twitch.tv/CosmicRadio.TV. And that's the chat I'm going to pay attention to for this stream, just because we're in a kind of a Twitch land, and it makes a little bit more sense. But don't worry, if it turns out more people tend to use the Diamond Club chat, then I will make sure to capture that instead next time. It doesn't matter, because the chat's not working anyways, so we're open for any kind of debate and things. Again, ultimately, the reason, I'll be honest, the reason I'm using the Twitch one is hopefully to get more people to follow on the Twitch stream. Because, you know, that's how all Twitch streamers make their bones. Yes! Gomez! So here we go. This is the main mechanic. So we can rotate. We can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Look at that. Look at uh-oh. Ah, crap. I rotated too hard. Oh no. Oh crap. No, don't. God. I knew it! Should have gotten more memory. Oh, well. We'll just play the game again. It's fine. Whoa. Wait, that's different. That's different, too. Where's my menu? Okay. Look at this. So now we learned the main mechanic of Fez, that being rotating the world and such. And you're about to learn, if you've never played the game Fez by Polytron, it's time to learn this game. So we're going to let this go first, and then I'll start talking more personal stuff. Because like I said before, Fez holds a very, very special place in my heart for a lot of reasons. For a magnitude of reasons that aren't just simply gaming related. So there you go. Gomez. Something went wrong! I need your help. I was sent to guide you. I am Dot. The hexahedron has been fragmented, shattered and scattered all over the world. You must restore it. Without it, everything will collapse. You have received a gift. A great secret has been revealed to you. There is a world beyond your village, and dimensions beyond the ones you occupy. This door leads to the outside world, but for now it is sealed shut. The marking on it indicates that it won't open until you have collected at least one cube. There are many such doors in the world, each requiring more cubes than the last. To reach the end of this journey, you will need to find all 32 cubes. But first, you must leave this place. There are 8 cube bits in this village. This is one right here. Together, they'll form a full cube, which you can use to unseal the door. Find them. I'm terrible at my voices, by the way. So, quick recap. Shiny gold cubes. Very important. Gotta find them all, or else the universe will collapse with you in it. No pressure. And remember, use left trigger and right trigger to change your perspective. Now get going. So here's Gomez. As stated before, Gomez can rotate the world and see it in different dimensions than his counterparts. So Gomez normally existed in this plane right here, but with the power of the Fez, he's able to exist in all 3 dimensions. Well, sort of. It's a weird kind of thing. So let's kind of go over some basics really quick of the game, so that way I feel like I've at least explained the game to a certain degree. So the way the world of Fez works is that whatever you see as sort of a 2D plane becomes a truth. For example, I'm able to easily hop between the tree and the little ledge here. But once I rotate the world, whoosh, it's a little bit harder to get to. I'm still able to leap it, but that's just because, you know, Gomez has a high jump. Rotate again. Whoosh. Closer again. But on the other side of the ledge now. Another great example of it is a bridge here. Bridge exists right here. Just like that in 2D. So it really adds to a weird puzzle-solving mechanic and such that makes for a very insane-o game. In fact, the last time I experienced... I'm doing my guess. In fact, the last time I experienced something like this in a video game, at least what ended up happening with this game, was Myst. Myst is being one of my all-time favorite kind of weird puzzle games. Oh, what's this here? It's a treasure chest. To open it from the front, press X. All right, let's open it. So I found a key! Yay! So I can open any locked door. What's cool about Fez is that, like I said, it's, this is what Fez... You noticed we walked in this earlier. We saw all this stuff earlier in the video and in the feed. And we rotated around. We actually see a lot of other hidden things, like these guys with a whole bunch of different size heads and fezzes. Interesting, huh? We even see these owl things and these other arts. So this is stuff that the person would not have seen, because obviously our master guy, the guy we saw that lives here, this, rich Fez-looking guy, only sees the world from this perspective. But we get to see it from all the different perspectives and see all sorts of weird things like, like the face of the clock. But more importantly, we see this here. We also kind of experience some bugs, some weird glitches. And we're able to do things like this. So we do get a lot of interesting perspectives by having it be at that angle and being able to rotate the camera. So let's use the key and open the door here. Ooh, we got a map. You found a treasure map. A map of what? To where? I don't know! Figure it out yourself. Yeah, Dot's like Navi, except 10 times worse. We won't really talk about Dot, even though I do like Dot. Dot's a really funny character, I think. As guides go, I tend to like Dot a lot, actually. So let's check this room here. So again, let's set the perspective to what it was. Let's see, that's not the perspective. That's the perspective. This is what the perspective was. So we walk in the door here. And we have Geezer back. Now, there's one thing I want to point out about Geezer. It's been so long. It's been a long time. It's your turn now. I'm tired. Plus, there's this eye. Plus, there's the eye thing. So you know, there's a patch. Now, I want to point something out that kind of goes into a conspiracy theory. Notice who else has a Fez on him. By the way, see that right there? That's a Fez. Now, even better, you happen to see him with the eye patch and the Fez. And you see him have a whole bunch of different things in his room, symbols and things like that. I don't want to spoil anything, especially if you've never played the game. But one of the theories is that this is actually Gomez from the future traveled back to the past. Again, theory. There's a lot of fan theories in this game, because the developer, or one of the developers, Phil Fish, was, much like all good developers, is kind of cagey on those extraneous factoids. Who knows? Maybe we would have gotten some of those answered in that. This is also cool too. You could talk to people. Can it be a new direction? Whoa. Is it direction? Or yeah, direction, yeah. And if you rotate the camera, you're able to sort of rotate things around and see the different world. What's cool is that even they think that there's a potential third dimension. As you can kind of see the little question mark there of like, is there 3D? And what's cool is you kind of rotate the world, you still see some other posters and things like that. And this, the whole evolution thing, which is really cool. Again, I want to believe that all that does exist in this world is just not all of it was visible. Pot smokers play this game, says Sage123 in the Diamond Club TV chat room. The answer is I don't think so. I think people like me play this game, really. And I am not a pot smoker. I have nothing against pot smokers, but you can do what you want. I'd say pot smokers don't play this game, but this game... God, it's such a great game. It's such a weirdly amazing game. So here comes the history of this game while we're playing it and kind of getting through here. This game is about 5 years in the making. It took Phil, Fish, and team, and when I say team, because I mean it was Phil, and then it was some other guy, and that other guy left, and then it was Phil and Renaud, and it took them a while. By the way, notice all these things here. These become important later on. Remember those pictures. It took Phil and it took them 5 years to make this game. And I realize that's you know, unheard of in indie development time. But yeah, 5 years is what it took to make this game. And it's such a gorgeous game. Here we go. Here's where you're getting our first cube. You did it! Now you can unseal the door. Let's go! So I should probably mention that each one of these stream portions, we're going to try to aim to get 8 cubes. We're going for the 32 for the first ending of the game, because I think 64 might be a bit crazy. So that should theoretically give us 4 parts. I don't know how long each part will take, and it'll depend on how well we get the cubes, but it is not necessarily the destination it's not necessarily the length of the journey, nor is it the destination. It's just sort of how things work, and we'll see how it happens. Realize I don't know how everyone else tends to do the stream stuff, but I know me. So yeah, let's talk more about Fez here. Why it took 5 years and such. If you ever want to actually hear a lot of the story of Fez, you can check out the documentary Indie Game the Movie. Hey, listen. I love Dot. I know this is your first time outside the village, so if you get lost, you can use the world map. Press the back button to bring up the world map. So we can bring it up. And this is the world map. It shows you where you've been. You can zoom out with left bumper and right bumper, and rotate with left trigger and right trigger. Each node represents a place in the world. A gold plate on a node means you have found every secret, every secret or passage in that node. So there you go. So that's the world. So apparently I haven't found everything in that room. Or that room. I haven't figured out the treasure chest, the treasure one there. So there's something in there. I missed something there. But that's alright. We'll go back later. If you fall, you die. So that's the one also great thing about Fez. You do in fact die, but you get right back up. No punishment for death. This is a very relaxing game. It's not stressful. It can be difficult at times, but not terribly. It's actually a very, very enjoyable puzzle game. I mean, even the freaking, you know, as we gather cubes, you get the tone up. So yes, go. Let's get to the next door. Ooh, 2. You have enough cubes to open that door. Let's go in it. Check this out. Whoa! Check this place out. This feels pretty important, eh? Let's have a look around, shall we? Oh, no way! It's another door! I told you there'd be a lot of doors. This one requires 4 cubes. This one 8. And this one 16! This place is like some kind of important door place. Oh, I don't know. That's why you're here. Now go find them cubes. Gotta love Dot, right? So yeah, we have a bunch of different places we can explore. We can't get anywhere quite yet, but there's a door open right there, so let's go that way, shall we? So yeah, if you're really curious about the entire development. Oh, and one more thing. If you press Y, you'll bring up the inventory. The inventory keeps track of the things you'll find. Okay, now I'm done. I swear. She's not done. Trust me, she'll bug us again sometime soon. But anyways, here's the inventory. So it keeps track of our maps here, any artifacts we find, and of course, all of our cubes. All our glorious, glorious cubes. So yes, back to the whole story of Fez. Oh god, this is such a beautiful game, by the way. If I keep saying how pretty this game is throughout the whole stream, if that becomes sort of one of the overarching themes of my playthrough of Fez, I'm sorry. It's such a gorgeous game. It is so... Like, as a guy that appreciates pixel art, this game is one of the pinnacles. In fact, there's a portion of this game when it came to a lot of the pixel art for Retro Fun Time. Specifically, if you guys are familiar with the show Night Attack here on the Diamond Club channel, you know, the show hosted by Mr. Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young, me and Matthew Frazier, better known as Blender MF in the chat room, work on the little extra things that they tend to do for the show, specifically during the draft time, that being the movie draft minute. During the redesign for the Night Attack look, we actually had looked at one of the portions of Fez to see how neon lights work in pixel art, and to get a better idea of how they look. I'll hopefully show it to you. I will show it to you eventually in the stream what I'm talking about. But right now we're not at that portion yet, so we're never going to get there. We're not going to get there today, I don't think. So let's see. Behold! A warp gate! But this one isn't working right now. You'll have to find other gates first. Then you'll connect to one another. Cool. But yeah, this game we took a little bit of inspiration from when it comes to certain things like that. At one point during a Retro Fun Time episode, we were going to, I think, spoof on Fez. We kind of scrapped that idea in the animation just because it would take a little too much time to determine how to rotate our pixel animation stuff. But we're actually going to make a Fez in the Earthbound colors and things like that. Let's probably still do that eventually. But we're going to make a Fez for the Roberto sprite. Ah, damn it. Yeah, what's fun about this stream, you guys will get to learn a lot about how the content's made. Because that's my life these days, is making content. It's never anything else. Everything in my life revolves around making content now. None of it has anything to do with social life or people. Hell, I don't even go out anymore these days. There we go. All right, what's? Well, I like. Let's freeze the tooltip. You don't weigh enough to push this down. Push down this switch. You'll need something heavier. Something like, oh, I don't know, a crate. The crate that's up there, in fact. So let's get up there. Push that down. If you're watching the stream, I apologize that the chat room's not working this time go round. Whoa. I think I ran out of power on my controller. Nope, might just synced out. I think I ran out of power. Might have to get some batteries. If that's the case, I'll pause the stream here and go grab some batteries. Because I got plenty. Because I haven't replaced these since the last live stream, which was during the Extra Life at this point in time. Alright, how are we going to get over here? I could even probably power. Oh wait, this is the one that actually has a charge pack on it. Well, there you go, I fall. Let me get myself this charge real quick. Fun thing about this game, once it loses focus, it actually, this is social. Yeah, I would say this is social. I will definitely be answering questions and talking a lot. Yeah. And again, I apologize if the chat room isn't up to your standards right now. Like I said, I was testing out Night Dev's Twitch thing. And it obviously didn't work out as planned. Apparently Night Devs just is a terrible, terrible, terrible plugin that doesn't work with the Twitch stream. So if you're in the Twitch chat room, that's the one I'm kind of watching on the screen here. But I do have the Diamond Club TV chat room up over my iPad here. So I'll be watching all those chat rooms that are there. And of course, if you want to hit me up even quicker, just hit me up on Twitter at Vincent404. That'll be the quickest way to hit me because my phone will ding and annoy me and such. And if you follow me, I'll, give you a shout-out. So there you go. If any portion of the time you follow the stream here on Twitch.tv, CosmicRadio.TV, I'll probably end up giving you a shout-out as well. So you get to have your name not only recorded for this stream, but for all of eternity. Or as long as, videos last on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, Fez is a great one of those games that was just sort of bizarre, and I had learned about it through Indie Game the Movie. And if you ever want to see a really great video or movie, just showing you how, oh god damn it, after all that time, it's okay, it'll come back. It's not lost. Oh, wow, it fell that far. Now I gotta actually destroy it. Poof. Yeah, because the problem is you can have it respawn if it falls off. See? Came back. There's never any permanent loss conditions in this game. You can never ever screw things up to where you can't beat a level. It's very nice of them. But yeah, going back to this, if you ever want to kind of watch a video or watch a movie showing really the creative process and what goes into it, Indie Game the Movie is a great example of that. The fun thing about video games, and actually I think a lot of people don't quite realize, is how much work actually goes into a game. I know we always criticize video games and sort of comment about when things are too buggy or when things kind of crap out, and that's sort of what people take pleasure in sometimes. But it takes a lot of work to make a game. Ooh, we opened up something. I wonder what this is. Let's find out. You did it! You found a secret passage. Ooh, where's this go? Ooh, hidden area. Floaty blocks. But yeah, it takes a lot of resources to make a game. And this game, you see here, was constructed by what, 2 guys at the most time? At any given time, 2 people. 2 people made this game. So if it took 5 years, it took 5 years. And it's something that a lot of people don't really talk about when it comes to games or anything creative. They usually are always complaining, like, why isn't it out yet? What's taking so long? Why is it not done? When can I play my game? Blah, 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 blah. And never really thinking about what goes into making something and how much work actually goes into something like this. Because it's not in their not because they couldn't understand, because they could. I think most people could understand if they realized how much work went into something like this. That, you know, if it takes some time, it'll take some time. And if they realized how many people are in something, they might think differently. Because it's not, you know, for a lot of people who aren't not sort of creatively minded, but just haven't made any, not saying that they've made anything, but haven't made anything that requires a long project, something like a movie or a short or even like, God damn it, I'm going to do this again, aren't I? I'm going to screw it up. I'm impatient. So I'm just going to struck this off. I'm going to jump off with it. Here, go away. Boosh. I'll regenerate again. If they've never made anything that is a bit longer, not longer detailed, but just something that takes a lot more time than simply a, I don't know, something simple. Because even something like a sketch takes some time to do. You can kind of lose track of that, and you can almost forget that. There we go, and the death. You can almost forget that these games have people working on them nonstop for, you know, 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 24 hours a day, going into the wee hours of the next day, just working their butts off on a game, just in the hope that somebody somewhere will get their vision and will understand it. Just the hope somebody does. Not even that it's going to happen, but just the illusion that it will. All right, let's go in here. Let's see what's inside this room here. I hope I'm not unlocking an anti-cube, because then that means I gotta explain anti-cubes to you guys. But it's okay. Dot will do so. Oh, there's a crate. Son of a bitch. But yeah, Fez is special. It's special because for me, Jesus Christ, I forgot how many hidden stuff there was in this game. There we go, it's a normal cube. Let's get the cube, shall we? How many cubes are up to? We are up to 2, so we are only going to get, apparently, if memory serves, 6 more cubes after this. No, 5 more cubes after this. So there we go. We're making our way through our 8 cubes there. Dragon Age new one gets Game of the Year award. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, because I think there's an award show going on right now. I don't know which game award show is going on right now. What the heck? Oh, I'm back at the warp gate. Okay. All right, well, we got some more stuff to explore. Cool thing about Fez is you'll know where you've been because the door's opened. So I haven't been there. What's also cool is you look in the background, you can kind of see some of the things you're going to see in the future, like the bell tower over there and stuff like that. So let's go through the door here. You can even kind of rotate around. You'll even notice there's some stuff underneath there. Wonder what that'll mean. So let's see. Oh, there's a bit. There's another bit too. There we go. I think that should be it. So there we go. We got 4 cubes. You found 4 cubes. Now you can open that door we saw earlier. You know, the one outside of your village? Cool. So we got that taken care of. I wonder what we're supposed to do here. I know what we're supposed to do here, but I'm not going to do it yet because we haven't learned certain things that are important. What? There's a door. What's in this purple door? Where does this go? Oh, this goes to some island. Now here's what's crazy. There's something underneath here, by the way. Now, do you happen to hear that? I'm going to do it again. It happened to do that sound. Remember that sound. Why not Goat Simulator for Game of the Year? I'm certain Goat Simulator will win a couple indie awards. We'll wait till indie dev. We'll wait till the indie game awards. By the way, Fez has actually won multiple indie game awards, for that matter. Both during its development cycle and right afterwards. So there. So let's go with that 4 doors over there. Explore more Fez. We got 4 more cubes to go for this play session. I realize it's weird to split it up by that, but that felt like a good number, 8. And I think we'll get some things. Now, what's cool about this portion of the world, notice we see a lot of these sort of figures here, these sort of one-eyed things. Now, if you remember during there in the schoolroom, there at the beginning of the game, there in the village, one of the things you saw was sort of the evolution of the people, whatever they are. And this was the basic form. I want you to remember that, because that kind of plays into one of the theories of the game, that being time travel. Some people think that, and notice I can't rotate in this room. Wonder why. There's a lot of interesting kind of figures there, a lot of interesting pictograms. Now I'm gonna. I can't remember if it's here or if it's in. I think it's in the other rooms. One of the other rooms of where I realized I can't rotate here too. By the way, seems I can't rotate in any of these rooms. Like something's preventing me. Actually, I forget what the reasoning was for, but I can rotate in here. So it's all good. And there's another thing I should point out here. Notice they're worshiping a giant owl. Again, a lot of foreshadowing in this game, which we'll interact with soon enough. Also notice that this world doesn't have anything in the back here, thereby implying that these guys were not bestowed with the power of the Fez. They're not able to see the 3 dimensions. They still exist in the 2D plane, much like Gomez did in the early days, by the way, before, of course, all that has happened I realize there's a lot of just building up stuff. Giant cauldron here. A lot of just ancient artifact stuff. I love the pixel art in this game. I'm sorry if I keep saying that, and I realize I sound like a broken record, but it's just so goddamn pretty. It's something when I played this game for the first time. Like I mentioned before, ooh. Gomez, watch out. Black holes. Black holes are bad. Without the hexahedron, the world is growing unstable. Space can only be folded so many times before it rips. So we can't go... That's what happens. You still don't die. But, you know, black holes are bad. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some more. I think that's it. That's all the cubes. Alright, that's all of them. That's everything here. So let's go back down. Nope. Let's take this slower again. Is there anything else? Nope. Let's go back to the big door. So let's see. Let's take a progress check. We've got 4 cubes, going for 8 per session. So we got 4 more to go for this session here. God, it's kind of fun playing this game again. Mainly because of the fact that I know a lot of the motions in the game, and I'm not necessarily weirded out by it. I'm actually like kind of intrigued how this is going to work out as a full playthrough. One, because it's such a... I mean, Fez is not necessarily a personal game for... I mean, I guess for me it is. I keep alluding to this, and I never finish the story. In typical Roberto fashion, I just dance around the story before I say it and do anything about it, because I get sucked up by the game. Oh, hey, I got a little graphical glitch there. It's kind of cool. Does it vibrate for? No, this isn't one. This isn't the... Sorry, I had to think about this. Only because I know something's here. Now, I have a spare key I could use there right now. But let's hold off on that, shall we? Also, the music done by his Disaster Piece is one of my top indie soundtracks. Maybe one of my top video game soundtracks? Especially as a guy who listens to a lot of soundtrack music. And really, really digs when it's done well. And Fez is that game that just does it so... Of course, Fez really makes me sad, too. Not because it's a bad game. Like, no, Fez doesn't make me sad because it's a bad game. I mean, you've heard me sing its praises, and I will continue to sing its praises without even anything. So let's... Ooh. What's that? We got a map! We got another map. Do Did I get? No, I still have a couple pieces to go. There we go. Let's go through the door here. Go. Ooh. I think we're about to hit my favorite part of the game. One of my favorite parts of the game. I don't know. I can't remember. It was such a long. Let's wait. No. Just wait a bit. There you go. Wait a cycle. All right, there's a door. Let's go in there. Got the top of the lighthouse. Here we go. Another cube. 3 more to go for this play session. I keep that counter going so that way it's aware of what's going on. Like I said, our mission is to fill up all 32 of those. Maybe an anti-cube or 2, but we'll try to get all 32 prime cubes at least, no matter what, even if we get an anti-cube here and there. We're not going to go for the crazy 64 ending. I'm just not quite prepared for that. And we're definitely not doing this in one play session. But yeah, Fez is, if you've never played this game, and even though you're watching me play it, either through a live stream or recorded version, go grab this game. It's such a worthwhile purchase. You can play it on it's on Steam, it's on Xbox 360, it's on PS3, it's on the Vita, I think. It might even be on the PS4. I don't know per se. I can't remember. But it's pretty much everywhere, and there's no, there's really no ands, ifs, or buts about it. If you've not played Fez, get your butt in gear and play it, because it is a very, very unique experience of a game. And like I've said before, it really truly it is on my top 10 list of games, I would say, indie or otherwise. It is a game that I was looking forward to when I heard about it. It was a game that when I played it, I was mesmerized. I am still mesmerized, even though I've played this game at least through completion a couple times already, and so none of this is peculiar to me. But it is still such an amazing game. There we go. I think I can... No. What does that need to do? Oh, I need to rotate that there. I see. Let's see. Has that become part of something? Alright, so I gotta roll one more time. There we go. And now that becomes part of that world. Again, this actually says something. We'll learn the language sometime soon. It's actually kind of an ingenious way you learn the language in the game. So there you'll see some of the neon there as an example. This isn't the one we used. Actually, it's one of the other areas of the new cult. I think it's new, or new is the culture in the game? I forget off the top of my head. They explain it in one of the wikis somewhere. But we used a lot of Fez for the inspiration for some of the pixel stuff that we do. Because I really do think Fez is one of the pinnacles of pixel art, and how you can make something pretty in pixel. I know some people always take the whole pixel art as sort of this retro thing, And obviously a lot of it does ape from that style, but I think Fez is one of those examples of a game that, while it is in pixel art, it is its own art style beyond that, I think. And that it's just in pixel art because that's sort of what Phil decided to do. And I think he did a great job. I think it's such an amazing art style that very few games could even remotely hope to achieve. It can only really... Oh, my gosh darn it. God damn it. Alright, let's solve this puzzle here. This is gonna get hard very soon. Nope. Somehow pulled that out. I don't know how. Woo-hoo. So there you go. Let's rotate it a bit. Let's rotate the world. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. We'll start up here. Alright, let me try this again, because there's a way to do it, but I forget the timing. There we go. This will be the one to do it. So we'll hop, and boof, and crawl up, drop down, fall to our death. Not like that. There's a way we can drop down. Isn't there a way we can drop? Oh, that's right. We get to the grip on the sides, I think. There we go. Oops. Let's try this again. Gosh darn it. I'm just impatient. No. Alright, let's do this again. Except get there. There we go. That's the side I want for this. There we go. Got it. No. There we go. Whew. I gotta deal with these things. There we go. Whew. Yeah, the platform is a bit crazy in this game, but it's, again, so rewarding when you get to the position of it. Because it's like whoa. There we go. Need a lift? Nuts and bolts are used to travel vertically. Hold the X with that, so watch. There's a treasure chest over there, so we can get to it, shall we? Here, we'll get to that bit first. Nope. Let's see if we can do it. Draw. Yep, we can. There's the front of it. Another treasure map. So if you notice, all these maps look kind of weird and bizarre, 2D and things like that. They actually all match some physical portion of the game. And if you notice there in the red, there is like some red marker there, or in the case of here, there's another kind of weird sort of thing. What's cool about all the treasure maps is that they all represent some type of portion of the game in 2D in terms of how it looks in perspective-wise. Like, it actually represents a 2D portion of something. And it's actually really cool how it all works in. There we go. Like that. Oh, shoot. No, I'm gonna make it. There we go. There we go. We've made it to the top. And we jump to our death, because that's what we do in this game. Now I gotta wait for it to come back down. Hope you all watching on Twitch are enjoying the 60 frames per second goodness. I made sure that this stream was going to be at least 60 FPS because if I'm going to stream, I might as well make it smooth and silky for you guys as best I can. Hooray! Another cube! Another piece. And a warp gate. Where do we end up? Oh, wow. By the way, black holes. I hate them. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more cubes, and we are done with this play session. Don't worry. We're going to be doing multiple play sessions. And if you're watching live or watching pre-recorded and want to watch it live, you can head on over to twitch.tv/CosmicRadio.TV at 10 p.m. Central on Fridays. That will be the streaming day and the streaming time. And it'll make it easier for everybody involved to watch all the streaming action. I'm not the only streamer that happens to come on this channel sometimes. Sometimes we use this channel to host other streamers, particularly other people related to Cosmic Radio TV endeavors. People like Mr. Bryce Castillo, better known as Neshcom there in the Webernets. You probably know him best for his musical things, and of course he's the guy who's currently editing the Night Attack 3 album for Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young, if you're familiar with Night Attack here on the Diamond Club channel if you're watching live. And if you're not, definitely head on over there anyways and watch all the cool content there. And of course, also who tends to stream this as well and also hosted at times is Brant Hughes, or better known as Gatawag in the chat room and Webernets. He, of course, is famous for doing all the stuff that makes Scam School look pretty. Anything visual on the show that is edited or added to, whether it be the commercials or just simply graphical things, especially when it comes to annotations, he will do. He also works on a show with me called Cinematography, a little movie kind of show that you can catch here if you're on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/CosmicRadio.TV, and you can watch it there. So there we go. I've made my pitches. Yeah, notice, by the way, that this platform's moving and such. If you notice, there's a connection there. This becomes very important with some of the other... Do I have a key on me? I do not. Shoot. I was hoping I did. But I burned that key to get here. What's cool is how these puzzles solve. So remember I told you early on in the game that whatever is on the 2D plane becomes true? Look what happens here. So right now, those things are disconnected. The line that I'm going up and the line there. But if I rotate it, they connect. If I rotate again, they connect again. And so whatever is 2D becomes the truth, for lack of better words. And it makes for really, really cool puzzling and solving these things because you're constantly rotating the camera, connecting these points in space to get them to work like that. And it's really cool. How Phil thought of this, I'm flabbergasted and blown away because the concept is so, it's hard to explain, but once you've grasped the concept, it's easy to comprehend. And it's like, it's such a hard thing. It's hard to explain because it's just like, what? And you don't necessarily know how to talk about it because it's so weird. And if you've never played Fez, it's such a weird thing to express. Yeah, because even me saying it's like, yeah, whatever's 2D becomes truth. It's just like, what does that mean? What do you mean by what that becomes truth? It's that idea that whatever in the two-dimensional plane becomes what Gomez can interact with, because Gomez lives in a 2D world. But he's able to see and rotate the third dimension and able to interact with it a bit and do things and sort of have fun with it. What's cool, we have to actually rotate these things. So let's see. How do I want to do it? I want to do it like... I guess I want to do it like that. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. What's going to be the best way? Like that? Like this. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be this. So you're always constantly doing this sort of rotation. Like right now I got it set. Like it's all ready to go. Because right now, that's how they're actually positioned in this space. Rotate it this way, and they become a ladder. Rotate it again. Now we can get those bits that were there. And construct another cube. And that, I think, is that, or let's see what number that is. Ooh, that's 7. We got one more for this play session. Sage123 in the chat room says, what I find strange is he can change the 2D world so he just isn't 3D. He changes the reality of the 2D people. Yeah, it's kind of strange. And like I said, in the game, you learn a lot of things, sort of the people. Like I said, there's a lot of theories in this game. One of the crazier theories I heard about Fez was that this all exists in a computer world. I don't know how much I believe that per se, but it does lead credibility to the crash. But yeah, it's a very weird way of thinking about it because, again, as a puzzle game, it's a cool mechanic. As a story beat, it's an interesting mechanic because, again, all this is granted by the power of the Fez. And, this isn't what, Gomez had as his sort of base power. Gosh darn it. And like I said, we will be doing a full playthrough of this every Friday until completion. Each session will be 8 cubes. Granted, we're going to try to get all... We're going to get, not try. Do or do not, there's no try. We are going to get the 8 cubes of per session no matter what, up until the 32 cubes for the first ending. I'm not sure if I'll get an anti-cube or not, so I can't really know if I'll have to explain that. Jesus, this is already it. Wow, we've hit our end session right now. We might go a little bit longer. Maybe we'll go 9 cubes. Just 32 made the most sense as a thing. But let's at least go back to the main area here. You found 8 cubes. Here, let's go back to the world with a door so you guys can see that at least. And we'll end on that note for this first session of Fundum. I didn't realize 8. Because the thing is, I say 8 cubes because sometimes the cubes are harder, sometimes the cubes are easier to get. It varies, and it's one of those things that's just hard to. So let's use the warp gates finally and show those off. We're going to go back to the first portion that we're at. So while this was pretty quick in getting 8 cubes, that's not going to be the case all the time. It gets even harder and harder to find all the cubes, and even stranger and stranger of a game. So even though this session seems like it went by quickly, which it did because it's only been about an hour and 14 minutes, that may not be the case each and every time. It may be 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. It depends on how hard it is. But 8 cubes gives us 4 play sessions with Fez at least. 8 cubes per session, so I think that's a good number of sessions to experience the game in. And don't worry, we will continue streaming and playing other games as well, so do not fret. I just got a subscriber here. Jonas Echoes now following me. Thank you, Jonas Echoes, for subscribing to the channel. Very, very thank you. Those were words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? Yep. Is this the portion I'm thinking of? Is this it? I can't remember. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, remember I had mentioned earlier on that we took some inspiration from Fez for the Movie Draft Minute relook. If you're familiar with the Night Attack show, and again, I realized I said it earlier stream, but I'll repeat it again. If you're familiar with the show here on Diamond Club called Night Attack, you're probably familiar with the movie draft. When it came to Night Attack going independent after being NSFW show, one of the things Matthew and I discussed was sort of the redesign of the Movie Draft Minute look. Because it was Night Attack, we kind of had a little more freedom to do some stuff being independent. And we wanted to kind of also at the same time really utilize the pixel look, because obviously my brand, that being me personally, is that sprite version of me. Probably, if you've not seen it before, just go to twitter.com/Vincent404, and you can kind of get a look as to what I mean, that being my sprite. It's sort of my virtual avatar to the world. A lot of you are familiar with it, but just in case, that's where you can find it. During the redesign, we had talked about other ideas of what to do and sort of what look we're going for when it came to the pixel animation. And such. It's interesting that I realize some people are having some trouble watching Gatawag. I wonder if it's because I'm streaming at 60 frames per second on Twitch at 720p. I bet you that might be it. Some people are having some trouble with the 60 FPS stream, but some people are not. I figured I'd do 60 frames because it would look pretty. I might downclock it back to 30, depending. We'll see. This will be the first time. But anyways, back to the story here at hand. So when it came to the Movie Draft Minute redesign for Night Attack, we really thought about how we were going to present it. We sort of thought of the idea of maybe it's, I think at one point we had talked about, I forgot what other pixel styles we talked about. We had talked about, you know, redesigning the sidewalk again, maybe doing something else. But we want to make sure that we kind of captured a little bit of the Night Attack feel. That being sort of the urban kind of punk kind of thing. We want to make sure that we did that. So one of the ideas was, well, let's just make it neon. Let's start with some neon lights and things like that, and kind of have a city wall and sort of this weird urban area where we can kind of do things like put me on the poster and have the Night Attack logo be neon and do some fun things like that. And obviously, if you've seen the winter draft, we've put some snow on stuff and everything else. Also inspired why we had when it came to the sign that you see for Cord Killers, that's also kind of worked out. That actually was one of the jokes we were going to do with that. We might still do it. We're actually going to do the Clerks thing with the I Sure You're Open. But anyways, back to the design of such. One of the elements we had talked about when we were designing the new Night Attack Movie Draft Minute, since we were able to redesign it, was how we would do neon in pixel art. Because usually when it comes to pixel art, we'll take other references from certain games and sort of get some inspiration from them and such. And particularly we did, like I said, mentioned we took Fez. And when it came to showing neon in pixel art, this is the first thing that came to mind, the specific portion of the game, because it just looks so beautiful and so much urban. I mean, you see a lot of different neon, you see a lot of different brick kind of layouts, trash cans, things like that, and it was a really good. Heck, you even see the Polytron logo right here, by the way, on the water tower. So we thought it was really good. I thought personally it was a really good thing to not necessarily mimic, but to kind of get an idea of how pixel art works and how to do that, how other people have done it in the past, to kind of figure out how we would do it. And this is sort of part of our reference material when it came to doing that artwork. When I came to Matthew, we talked about in a meeting. I took a lot of these screenshots from here, from all these different angles, and sort of illustrated all that such stuff. So if you're ever curious as to how all that got made, Fez is part of that inspiration, because it's, again, a very, very pretty game and a very, very beautiful game, and such a worthwhile play. Anyways, we've already collected our 8 cubes for this session, so we're done for today. So thank you so much for joining me on the stream. If you happen to watch this recorded on YouTube, you can, of course, join live at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Realize it's a weird time to stream, but hey, it's what works for me, and hopefully it works for you too. You can, of course, catch all of that at twitch.tv/CosmicRadio.TV. Give that a big old follow. Most likely, I'll also be rebroadcasted at DiamondClub.TV as well. As chances are someone will rebroadcast it just out of curiosity. But if you want to kind of keep up to when that'll actually be live, head on over to twitch.tv/CosmicRadio.TV. I noticed the chat's not working this time go round, but next time we will actually have the chat up and running and working and such. And it'll actually probably be, because we're able to sort of, switch the camera over here to me, since we're going to be able to do... since we'll be able to do all the different chat options once we kind of get to the chat room going, we'll probably end up using the chat room in DiamondClub.TV. I'll have the Twitch one open as well, so don't worry, I'll be watching that too. But probably the main chat will be the Diamond Club TV chat, and maybe a little bit of the IRC stuff. I haven't really quite figured out which chat will be the master chat as of this recording here. Or this stream, depending on when you're watching this. Because chances, sadly or enough, my plugin that I was supposed to have right here, if you're watching the stream, for the chat room didn't work out exactly as planned. So we were unable to have it in the stream, and I feel kind of bad for our first session. But don't worry, future sessions will have it, so you won't be left out. Of course, if you want to interact with me and you want to kind of say some stuff and give me props, you can follow me on Twitter at Vincent404. If you want to catch some of the content I do, whether it be cinematography, my movie podcast that I do with Mr. Brant Hughes, or my game podcast I do with Bryce Castillo called Jump Point, or maybe you just want to hear some interesting interviews with some Diamond Club people and people that you may not know and may be interested, you can, of course, check that out, 8-Bit Life. All of that can be found at CosmicRadio.TV. It's sort of where I tend to make my content, where I podcast from. It's my home. It's my network. It's everything I want, and everything I tend to put my energy towards when I'm able to. That being when I'm able to, being when I'm not working at my 9-to-5 job. Of course, if you happen to like the stream and want to support it, the easiest way is actually to kick into my 8-Bit Life Patreon, patreon.com/8BitLife. Realize this is an 8-Bit Life. But that's sort of been the main Patreon for me, and it's sort of where I get money. Eventually, we'll probably have some other ways of kicking in financially if you'd like to. If you can't afford it, the best way is just to hit that big old follow button here on twitch.tv/CosmicRadio.TV. It'll be the portion that I will go. That chat's not working. Yeah, you see, yeah, Gatawag now went into twitch.tv and hit the chat's not working and noticed it didn't stream up. So, yeah. We'll fix that next time go round. It's one of those things. SVC says in chat room, you guys know those vaguely horseshoe-shaped rigid plastic hairbands girls wear sometimes? I need one of those for my hair because it's driving me crazy. I think those are called hair clips, maybe? Or are you talking about scrunchies? Why I know that, I don't know. Oh, hey, we got a new subscriber, Mooncat. Thank you so much for subscribing, good sir. See, this is the view that'll actually have that. At least that's working fine. The subscriber button and such. But yeah, so it ends this will end the first session of Fez. We'll be back tomorrow. We're back Friday at 10 p.m. And again, each session is going to be 8 cubes. So not all sessions are going to be quick like this. Some might be longer, some might be quicker. It just depends on how long it takes me to find 8 cubes. That'll give us about 4 play sessions of varying length and enough time to chat about the game and that. Next week, I'm hopefully going to go into as to why Fez is the sort of kicking point for a lot of how I view content. If not, remind me of that, people, because I realized I didn't say it this time because it just kind of meandered around and everything else. But there's I have some fun opinions when it comes to this game, and like I said, it's one of those games that I enjoy dearly. But yes, if you do like what I'm doing, just hit me up on Twitter. Let me know at Vincent404. If you don't, let me know too. Let me know if it, once we're done with Fez here, I'll probably play some more games. So there's some other game suggestions you'd like to see me play. I'm definitely up for that. I've got my ideas as to what I like to play. I do want to kind of jam through Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, but that's just because I got it for the Wii U and it's such a fun game. But if there's other games that are more important, let me know. And that. Apparently Gato Eggs is the worst. I'm getting like 5 seconds of footage for a minute. I'll just like do the dishes or something. Maybe next time I'll downclock it to 30 frames per second and such, because I know some people are having no trouble at all and some people are having trouble entirely. It's kind of weird and bizarre. It could be maybe it's just I might be streaming at too high a bandwidth. I'll probably lower it a bit and see what happens and go back to 25. And do my best to keep it that, because I haven't had any drop frames at least. So I know it's not mine, and I know it's not my connection to the Dallas Twitch server, and I know it's not everybody either, because some people are having perfectly fine time watching it and such. So it's just a matter of tweaking what's important to people and how else is it things. So that's it for today. So tune in next time at 10 p.m. Friday. Till then. This has been a CosmicRadio.TV production. For more awesome shows, head on over to our website, CosmicRadio.TV.